before the break of the program, I asked you to answer a quiz. Now, I'm not going to check and see if you actually did, because that would involve far too much effort on my part. However, the quiz was, at what point since World War II has the deficit shrunk faster in a 3-year period? Or at what point in a 3-year period has the deficit shrunk the fastest? So in the past, about, let's call it 70 years, it's really closer to, well, 70. It's pretty close. Has the deficit shrunk faster, the 3 years in which it shrunk the fastest? And then, as a way of throwing you off the scent, I said, what was the second fastest period? Because the fastest period, the federal deficit has fallen faster over the past 3 years than it has in any such stretch since the demobilization from World War II. That's correct. This according to Investors Business Daily. In fact, outside of the post-World War II era, the only time the deficit has fallen faster was when the economy relapsed in 1937, turning the Great Depression into a decade-long affair. So in other words, we have been engaged in what is by definition austerity, which has been a massive drag on the economy and has slowed the recovery. We are teetering on more austerity, which will surely have a far greater negative effect on the economy. So the point is that you can let the tax cuts on the rich expire, because we know from the Congressional Research Service, even though the Republicans have tried to basically evaporate that study, that small increases in taxes on the wealthiest among us do not impact the economy in any significant way. But certainly cuts do. And certainly cuts, and we're not talking about shifting. You want to cut military? Yes, great. Just spend it on the domestic side. But to cut overall government spending at this point is to really invite a tremendous amount of economic hardship for the country, for the economy. So things like unemployment insurance, that's a problem. Things like cutting other services across the board, that's a problem. Cutting Social Security benefits, not only unnecessary if you're excited about the deficit, but also a problem. So just keep this in mind as we go forward. We have already seen the deficit shrinking at its fastest pace since World War II.